So in this episode, we have a piece of wood that broke. This is a piece of particle board, pretty much garbage. This is from my camper, and you can see it broke right there. What I want to do and what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to duplicate this piece of wood using a router and a flush trim bit. So in order to do that, we're going to replace this cheap and cheesy particle board with a 1/2 inch piece of plywood. So let's dive in and get dirty. So what I've got going here is we are replacing a seat that broke in my camper. This is all particle board here. You can see where it cracked right here, and also the whole bottom broke. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it. This is a 1/2 inch particle board. So I got a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood to replace it with, because particle board, I don't even know why they would waste their time with particle board, but just to make it cheap, I guess. So what I've done so far is I removed the edge. This is the seat edge. It's all in there with these small little brad nails, little tack nails. Couple quick hits with a hammer, really softly. You can just take this right out. The only thing you will have to unscrew is sometimes there's a mount that you'll have to remove with a couple screws here, but that's really easy. And then what I did is I went ahead and screwed it into this piece of plywood. Now I'm going to be using a flush trim bit on a router to cut this exact same design. I had to remake this part here since it broke so badly. There was nothing there left to salvage. So anyway, I got it screwed down onto this piece of plywood. So basically it's kind of like my stencil. I could, if I wanted to, I could draw it all out and cut it with a jigsaw. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and use my router with, again, a flush trim bit. Now I have it screwed onto this piece of plywood on the side that I don't want to show. So this will be the back side. The same with this is the back side, because you can see how the nails are sticking up. But this is also the back side. So I'm going to get it ready to go ahead and put it onto my router. The only thing I need to do besides screwing all this down is I am going to have to put a hole so I can get my router bit in here and cut this part out. So I grabbed a piece of sacrificial lumber here and a 1/2 inch drill bit, and I'm just going to put a hole. Easy peasy. So now I'll just take it over to my router, get it set up, and start doing this cut. Okay, so the first thing I got to do is I'm going to have to lower my router bit a little to get it so I can get that flush piece onto my cut here. And then I'm just going to go around and make the cut. Alright, so I have the outside of it cut now. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the inside cut. Now you'll notice when I did the outside, I was going kind of in a counterclockwise. Well, when you're working on the inside, it's the opposite. I'm actually going to be going in a clockwise motion. So now it's just a matter of backing out the screws. So there we go. So I can take this broken piece, throw it away, and now I just work with this piece here. And this, excuse me, this will be the new seat. Now one thing I do want to mention is, like I said before, there was a mount here. So when I put my screws in, I made sure to miss that mount so I could make good and solid screw holes. So I put the screw up here and down here to miss these two holes. Okay, so I'm trying to match up some colors here, and I think the mahogany is just too dark. But I think I'm going to go with this pecan. It's pretty close. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with the pecan on this one. So before I stain, what I want to do is I want to get my sander, and I'm going to just go lightly around these edges just to get these sharp edges out of here. Yeah, that's good. I can do that. I'm going to just go over the top real quick. Alright, so now that I have that, I can go ahead and finish staining here. Make sure I get these edges really good. Alright, so now that I got it stained, I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, and then we'll come back to it. And when we do, we're going to be putting a coat of urethane over the top of this. So I'm going to be using an oil-based urethane. So let's let this dry overnight, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. So now that it's coated in urethane and it's dry, which I didn't show you in the video because, well, you really don't want to watch me putting urethane on for 30 to 45 minutes. I mean, if that's your thing, go ahead and message me. I got tons of video I can send you. And anyway, so I need to recreate this piece here onto my new piece. So I already cut a piece. Now I just got to get it lined up. I'm going to mark it. And then I'm going to remove this broken piece. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and put a couple brad nails in there. Just going to hammer those down and get them out of the way. So now I've recreated the piece that I need. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and assemble the cabinet that goes on there. Alright, so I got it in place. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the scribe to make my pilot holes. Okay. So just to show you what I did, I just went ahead and put the two outside ones on for now. That way I can go ahead and kind of make myself a pilot hole with the scribe and put the last two on. Now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to go ahead and put the piece on. So I got the piece on now that holds the door shut, and again I'm going to just go ahead and scribe basically just two pilot holes and then just put the screws in. So try it out, make sure it works. Looks good. So let's go ahead and take it back out to the trailer and get it all put back together. And here is the final product of the seat repair. Now, and here is the guilty party of the noises you hear in the background while I'm in the garage. So, I put it back on with the screws here. Now, instead of using a bunch of the little tack nails, I went ahead and put some screws in there. So by using screws, I actually gave it a little bit more oomph. You know, open up the door. You can see door works great. So that is the best way that you can duplicate a piece of wood using a flush trim bit. And we've already been camping with it, and it worked great. Well, that concludes this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit about using a flush trim bit, so you can duplicate any piece of wood you want, really. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new episodes. You can support my channel by making a donation if you'd like. The link will be in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section and I will get to them as soon as I can. If you are new to the woodworking hobby, feel free to check out my Woodworking for Beginners video series. I will also link that in the description. Until next time, keep it safe.